if you're living outside the US and spending lots of time in Mexico and South America, you should still file a US tax return and report all your worldwide income on that tax return. Doesn't matter. As long as you're a US citizen, you should file a return and report worldwide income. That's okay. You should still file a US return, report worldwide income, and then claim either a foreign earned income exclusion or foreign tax credits. And you may end up with not having to pay any net US tax after the credits. But in order to keep the IRS happy and to keep you out of jail, you should file that US return. Not necessarily. Although we'd want to review all the facts, there can be cases where it's to your advantage to file all the tax returns going all the way back so that you can maximize your foreign tax credits to carry forward and get a benefit in the future. However, if it's not necessary to go all the way back, we can work out a system whereby we would use a streamlined filing procedure to only go back 3 years for the tax returns and 6 years for the foreign bank account reports. That would mean less cost to you, but also it would mean you would be fully compliant with the IRS. The IRS would accept all of that as complete and up to date, and you wouldn't have an exposure to any penalties in regard to late filing or late payment. Provided you fit the requirements of the streamlined filing procedure, you would not have to file those earlier years. Say you've been living and working in Mexico or Colombia, Argentina, wherever you are, you would already be paying some tax in that jurisdiction, and therefore you shouldn't have to pay double tax on the same income. So there's a system whereby even though you file a US return, report all your income, to the extent that income's earned in the other country and you've paid tax there, you can claim a foreign tax credit on the US return to offset the US liability, so you do not have double tax on the same income. It is possible to file a US return and get a refund. So even though you may not have earned much income and you may not have to pay any tax, you can actually get a refund provided you fit all the requirements in regard to certain credits. For example, the child tax credit. So we would have to look at the facts case by case and determine whether you are entitled to that credit. But we can often get refunds for people that file US returns and have children. Definitely a possibility. Generally $1,000 per child per year. As long as you're entitled to that, often we can go back 3 years. Yes, you should still qualify for your Social Security benefit. So moving overseas should not change your entitlement to that. So it's important to see, first of all, if you're entitled to it. Usually if you've worked in the US for at least 10 years and made contributions into the US Social Security system, or if you're married to a person that has lived and worked in the US for 10 years and paid into the system for 10 years, then when you retire, you should be entitled to that benefit. So it doesn't matter where you live when you retire, you should still be able to get your Social Security benefit. And the Social Security Administration at ssa.gov will tell you exactly what you're entitled to. You certainly can, and often it provides them a benefit and an opportunity later to have that official U.S. citizenship registration with Social Security number. Certainly with regard to filing of tax returns, you will need that Social Security number, so it's good to do it early.